You're listening to the Adventurous Reinvention podcast. I'm Allison Boyle, aka She Dreams of Alpine, and this is the show that's dedicated to all the adventurous spirits out there who have either been transformed by the outdoors or are interested in what it looks like to step into a new, adventurous, and courageous kind of identity in their life. It doesn't matter what your background is in the outdoors, what age you're starting at, or where you grew up. If you're curious about the outdoors and using adventure as a way to reinvent yourself, you're in the right place. I'll be sharing all kinds of personal adventure stories, lessons I've learned from the mountains, teaching what I know about the outdoors and leadership, and interviewing some amazing adventurous women all along the way. I've been coaching women on becoming safe, confident, and self-sufficient backpackers and leaders of their own adventurous lives since 2018, and I know exactly what big fears and self-doubts can pop up along the way. I have so much to share with you, so let's dive in. Hello everyone, it's Allison, and before we dive into today's episode, I wanted to just kind of give a quick announcement. So I'm taking a little summer break from the podcast. I've got some very exciting personal adventures planned for the summer and also some really epic client trips that are coming up on the horizon. So this pause is really just to give me and my team a little space to breathe and reset and focus in other areas of our business right now. But I didn't want to leave you hanging with nothing to listen to over the summer. So I am going to be sharing something really special. I'm going to be sharing a behind the scenes audio series from my hike on the John Muir Trail. So my husband Michael and I set out to thru-hike the John Muir Trail back in 2020. So that is a while ago now. We were aiming to finish it in 22 days, but due to some massive wildfires and a full national forest closure, we had to bail early. This is something we definitely didn't expect. So this series, for some reason, we decided to record like a daily podcast back then. This was before I even had the podcast. But this series is going to be showing you a real, raw, behind the scenes audio that we recorded on the trail when we were out there doing the John Muir Trail, as we dealt with all the highs, the lows, the relationship dynamics, and also the huge disappointment of getting kicked off the trail early in 2020, and then our eventual comeback in 2021 to finish it. So if you have ever dreamed of hiking the JMT, or you just love a good adventure story, you are going to love these sort of like bite-sized episodes that are coming up of our kind of behind the scenes trail diary. This is something that I've never released before. So I really think you're going to enjoy this, and it will kind of like fill that, adventure itch that you might be getting while we're taking a little break from our normal episodes. And this series will run through about mid-August, and then we will be back with fresh episodes on the Adventurous Reinvention podcast. If you're listening to this kind of midway in the series, be sure to go back and listen to previous episodes. But at the end of the day, I hope you enjoy this and that it's a nice little kind of thing to get you excited about your own adventures and maybe even eventually pursuing the John Muir Trail one day. All right, let's dive in. Okay, hello. This is Allison.
And Michael.
It is day 16, or aka day 4 of our JMT adventure. Today we went from our little camp near Muir Trail Ranch and went over Selden Pass, or Selden Pass, and
is it Selden?
Now we're camped near Little Italy Trail, but it's not exactly right at the junction of it.
Yeah, I think we might be off by
like a couple, 0.2 miles. But anyways, so, I had a much better day today than the other days.
Yeah, it's funny because, I felt like you did. And
it was still
I had a really good day yesterday. And today wasn't bad. It
was still like a pretty big day. Like, I think we did about 3,200 feet of gain and 12.7-ish miles.
Yeah, I should specify. It wasn't bad for a big day. But yeah, the last 4 miles were brutal, as always.
Yeah.
Which is why we probably short 0.2 or 3 miles where we were supposed to camp, because we saw this nice little campground next to the creek, and there's nobody around.
Yeah, we kind of like the quiet campgrounds. And
Yeah.
it seems like the last few ones we've been at have always had people at them.
Yeah, this is the first time on this stretch of the trip this year that we've been alone. So it's nice.
Yeah.
This is kind of like, this reminds me of last year because we got to camp by ourselves a few times.
And we finally got to camp early today. Like early as in 6 p.m. But it gave us like 2 hours to just hang out. And it makes a big difference.
Such a big difference. I mean, like we actually finally put up the clothing line. So we washed clothes, we hung it.
Yeah.
And we did everything else that we have to do.
I
Set up
didn't
the
feel
tent.
rushed or anything.
Right. Set up the tent and cook and all that stuff. But like you got into the tent after all that and because you're ready to relax. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go fish for a little bit because it was getting dark, but it's still light enough. And so I just fished for like, how long was I gone?
I don't know.
30 minutes?
Yeah.
So, a funny story about that. What did I forget today?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, should we just start at the beginning of the day?
Yeah, sure.
Like, let's just go through it. So, today, the first 8 miles was uphill. And we decided from MTR that instead of like hiking back to the JMT and then hiking forward, because we had gone off the John Muir Trail just slightly to get to this campsite that was close to Muir Trail Ranch, which is the resupply area.
How far would you say that was?
I don't know, like half a mile down or something. And we had 2 options. We could either hike back to the JMT and then hike up and continue forward, or we could hike down and then up. And it wasn't technically the John Muir Trail, but it reconnected us to the John Muir Trail later. And we decided to hike forward, and because it was less miles by like a whole mile.
Yeah.
And
it's still hard for me to believe when you show me on the map. It's really weird.
It has zigzags on the like.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was like, oh, I guess that would make sense. But so you're saying we now have to go back and do that little stretch of trail.
Yeah.
So I can go back and get my pole.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna let you go finish it up for us. It'll be
so,
a team send.
This has to do with the beginning of the day.
Oh yeah, but then so Michael left. Yeah.
So we cleaned up camp as always, and I take everything out of my bag. When we get to camp and when I leave it all out until we pack up and leave, because everything on the bottom has to do with the food. So that has to come out first. That has to go in last. And so everything comes out of the bag, and I usually put everything in a pile. And my fishing pole breaks down into like 4 pieces. And I didn't notice, but today I had like moved it and leaned it up against the tree next to my walking poles. And I guess I missed, maybe it blended into the ground, but one of those pieces got left behind. And when we got, I don't know how many miles, like 6 miles in to have lunch at this awesome lake filled with trout, super clear, beautiful water. I got there first, and while waiting for Allison, I was like, I'm just going to get some fishing in. And I realized my pole was like not connecting because I think it was the metal piece missing, and I was like trying to fit the pole. I was like, what happened here? Did this bend out of shape or something? And I was like, oh crap.
And granted, like we had just ascended like, I don't know, 1,600 feet or 2,000 feet.
In 6 miles.
I think it was about 2,000 feet in 6 miles. And I was like, you can go back for it if you want, but you're on your own. Like I'm not going back.
To recap last year, I had then 2 different occasions I had to go back to get stuff. Once was my water bottle at the top of Kearsarge Pass. And the other time was
poles. I forget what pass it was.
Trekking poles, and I forget what pass it was too. But the most out of those 2, I think I had a hike was it 2 or 4 miles?
Yeah,
because you have to double it. Anyways, let's say even it was 2 or 4. Okay, and it was pretty much flat. That was when I had to get the poles. The water was uphill, but it was shorter distance. Anyways, I would have had to done 12 miles.
Plus another 6 to get back.
No, I know. I'm counting those. 6 there, 6
12
back.
extra on top of the 6 you already hiked is what I mean.
Oh, yeah. On top of all that gain. So I never considered it.
Yeah.
But I was really bummed because we're 4 days. This is our 4th day. And we have tons of days left. And we have the Yosemite part, which there's great fishing out there, what I was looking forward to. So I was pretty bummed. So anyways, the reason I brought this up, and the reason you might be thinking, well, how did I fish when I got to this camp, is I just like I've been fishing with whatever I have,
like
whatever length of pole I have, which is literally the half.
You did catch one thing with it,
and it is absolute garbage. It's so hard. It gets tangled up. It's hard to describe, but it's hard to cast. It's a mess. But yeah, I threw that spot. I ended up catching something and it fell off. So it works, but I can't really cast very far. And the reason I was catching, I think, in that lake was because the fish were like hiding under logs, so they couldn't see me. Otherwise, if you get that close to fish, usually they run away.
Anyways.
So it was like a perfect storm type of thing.
Yeah.
But out here, I had no luck. I had one bite, but.
And today we also made some friends.
Oh, yeah.
We met a couple northbounders. I actually don't know the girl's name.
We still haven't got her name. It's one of those weird things where
For some reason, I just
never...
haven't asked. But she's like 21 years old, hiking this solo.
By herself, yeah.
But she's super nice. And it sounds like we're going to be we didn't keep pace with her today. She stopped short and we kept going. But it sounds like our next few campgrounds were all planned to be around the same place. So we might see her again. And then the guy,
which they knew each other, and he was like a little bit behind her.
The guy, his name's Kevin.
Yeah.
And from what I know, he's hiking this for his 40th birthday.
By himself
as well. But he just hurt his
it's like the top of his foot, so he can't point his foot downward. Like if you pick your foot up and you push your toes down, apparently he can't do that, and it's really hurting him.
It's causing him a lot of pain. So I think he's going to go off to VVR and at least take some 0 days and maybe try to get a brace to finish it or something.
Yeah, he's going to take a 0 day and see if he can find a brace up there. But he said that if not, Red's Meadow should have braces. And worst case scenario, there's access to Mammoth, the town of Mammoth, which has, grocery stores, got everything that he can shuttle to. So we wish him luck. Not sure if we're going to see him again, but it sounds like, we're going to see the girl again. So we basically just had lunch with them, and then we kind of went our separate paces. And then we ran into them where they camped, which was Marie Lake, which is beautiful.
Which Marie Lakes, when you get to the top of Selden Pass, oh my gosh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And I mean, I think the hardest part about today was just, at the beginning, it was actually really steep. And so it was kind of a slog in that sense, but you were going really fast.
Yeah, I felt really good this morning. Like I had to actually stop because I was getting too far ahead of you. And we got lucky because most of the day on the steeper parts, we were in shade.
But then, it was hot, though, when you weren't in the shade. I sweat the most I've ever sweat this whole time today.
So it could have been probably worse. Oh, man. Scratch myself. That stings. And the last probably mile up to Selden Pass was a little bit more exposed.
But Marie Lakes was beautiful. Maybe one of the top really beautiful lakes I've seen out here in the Sierra.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Ray's Lake, because it's got like these islands, like granite, little islands,
Yeah.
and it's not like a perfectly round oval lake. It's kind of like
It's got fingers.
zigzags
It's got
and
character.
fingers. It's got character.
It's got character. I mean, I really liked Evolution Lake too, which we did the other day.
Evolution Lake was cool too, but man, that one kind of passed us by quick because we got there late. We spent the night, and then in the morning we got to see it in all its glory with all those cool animals doing their animal things, and then it was over.
Anyways, the rest of the day was just after Selden Pass. It was just a downhill, like 4.5 mile hike to where we are now, which is fine. But like Michael said, our feet were hurting a little bit. I think, you know, even though I've had blisters since day one, I'm actually really good at managing my blisters now. I got a routine down when I notice one of cleaning them at night and like letting them heal and then wrapping them, and that does me pretty well. Like,
right.
And the paper tape, I swear by paper tape. It's the best for like blister care. If you have one and you had to pop it and then you're going to wrap it.
Once you find all the hot spots, you put that on there, you're fine.
Yeah, and if you know you get hot spots, just putting it on preemptively, which is what I should have done, especially with how many miles we've been we've been hiking, and then like how hot it is, and also it's so sandy on these Sierra Nevada trails. It's just prime condition for your feet to like get ruined.
Yeah, it's funny. I got more blisters this time around, and I'm wearing the exact same socks and the exact same shoes.
We've been doing more gain and more descent, though, it feels like, the last few days.
Maybe that's what it is, yeah.
And more mileage.
Right. Than
our first, 12 days on the trail.
Yeah, but, I mean, again, you use that tape and you're good. I popped one of them. Like, the other one is kind of really deep in there, so it's not necessary.
Your one toe looks like a giant blister.
It's weird,
but I don't know. I think that's just the way your toe looks.
One of my toes has a blister from. It's like not the big one. It's like one of the smaller ones from the bottom all the way to the front. So it's weird to tape. Luckily, we've done a lot of taping, like fancy tape jobs with our fingers for climbing, and I kind of figured out a trick. But it held up.
Nice.
So. Yeah.
But anyways, probably enough gross
those
blister talk.
Speaking of shoes, those ultra shoes are so popular. And I had bought some for a brief time to try them on, and I ended up returning them because I was looking more for a running shoe, not a hiking shoe. And I wonder if those, because I remember them being pretty light. And at this point, they're so literally 90% of people have them. I wonder if those have issues with like sand getting in them, like your other shoes.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe a lot of people wear the gaiters with them to help prevent the sand getting in them.
That's true. A lot of people have the gaiters.
But I don't know. I just feel like my feet must sweat more than the average person or something.
Yeah, you were talking about toe socks because.
Oh no, I've never tried them, so I wasn't really talking about them.
I know you were talking about trying them.
No, not in the context of hiking. I was talking about it for running.
We were curious if they would work.
I don't know. I just don't think they would for hiking, because then you're going to get the sand in between the toes, and then it's going to be like extra friction rubbing. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if...
I guess I shouldn't knock it till I try it, but I just don't think it would be as useful.
Yeah. And also, I know I have waterproof shoes. They're a little older now, so I don't think it's like Gore-Tex or anything, but they are waterproof to a certain extent. So they're not as breathable, and so yeah, you're probably going to sweat more in a shoe like that. And I'm wearing like a thicker sock too. The sock itself is comfortable, but I wonder if I had a little bit more ventilation, if it would help with that. But ultimately, I think it's just our feet are getting banged up on the downhill.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to talk about what you had for dinner tonight?
Yes. Are you talking about the bet that we made? The trade?
Well, we made a trade because Michael doesn't like this one breakfast we have, which is a banana nut muesli. He just doesn't think it's sweet enough, I guess, to like it.
It tastes pretty bland.
And I like it well enough. But what I really like is one of our dinners. It's a lemon parmesan couscous. Oof, it's my favorite backcountry foodie.
And it's good.
Dinner recipe, but he likes the curry recipe that I made.
With cashews?
Yeah, with cashews. So I was like, I'll trade you curry for lemon parm, and you can have yogurt.
Your
I'll
yogurt.
take your cereal.
Right.
At least
not cereal, because we have actual cereal.
Well, yeah,
as
but
one
it's
of the
like
breakfast.
a cereal. It's a muesli.
And the cereal is actually good.
But
so
tonight
I agreed to this.
And I might not do that for the whole trip, but at least this last leg.
Look at that, she's backing out already.
No, but I do love the yogurt.
That was her idea,
the yogurt
too.
is really good.
Sorry.
I didn't agree on the whole trip. I just said like this time.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That's right. Maybe after a burger at Red's Meadow, I can forget about the trade.
Anyways. Yeah.
So that's another thing we're thinking about.
What were we talking about?
So, were you done with the dinner stuff?
No, because we didn't really say what we had for dinner. I mean, Michael had curry couscous with cashews. I had the lemon parmesan couscous. And then for dessert, we have Oreo cookies and cream pudding.
But we ourselves put like 3 extra Oreo cookies in there, so we break it up.
Mm-hmm. It's so
and
good.
It's so good. Oh my god!
All of these are backcountry foodie recipes. Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out. And then we have another pudding one, which is like a banana.
That's not for tonight though. That's another night.
Right. So yeah, and then I had the shake, the peanut butter chocolate shake with the powdered milk that I had left over from my snacks.
I'm actually like today, or for the rest of the trip really, I'm running a little bit low on my food. Not low, but I just couldn't fit so much. I couldn't fit everything into my bear can for 7 days. So I had to sacrifice a few things like Cheez-Its and some shakes and extra snacks. For you. And so today I think I had breakfast, but then I only had like 3 hiking snacks.
I know, it was
to
pretty
spread
sad.
out throughout the day. And then we have the potatoes that we do at lunch, the instant potatoes that we share.
But we split those, yeah.
But it was really sad because we would take a break at like an hour and a half, and I would look at my Snickers. I'd be like, well, I'm going to eat half this Snickers bar and save half for later.
It was kind of sad.
Just so I can spread out my energy.
But it's smart.
It worked. I feel fine.
I know, I feel bad because I have like a giant bag of snacks, and
Michael's bear can's a little bit bigger. Like, it makes a difference. The barricade is much roomier. It can fit way more food, but he needs more calories anyways. So he had like 3 bars.
And I offered
Swedish fish.
I offered
jerky,
my bars,
tortilla,
and my tortilla
shake.
Yeah, Swedish fish.
I already said that.
Oh. Yeah, the waffles.
Well, oh yeah, the
like Stroop waffles,
energy waffles, 2 of those.
Stinger
so much food. But yeah, it was so sad this morning. Michael was complaining of that he was really hungry, and that made me sad.
Well, I was sad
like,
watching you ration your Snickers into like 3 portions. And it's like a regular size one. It's
like,
not even like a king size.
1/3 of Snickers. So good.
And somehow I said something jokingly about our dinner portions. And you ended up giving me a bite of yours. And then I realized like
I had eaten like half a Snickers.
Allison's like been running on a Snickers.
But anyways.
Yeah.
I think we're just talking nonsense now. But
no, I think that we just have time and we're not as beat up.
We have more energy today. I was telling Michael, I'm less pessimistic today. I feel like the last few podcasts I've just been like,
I'm tired. Today was hard. I'm tired. Let's go to bed.
Day one, I'm tired. Today was hard. Day two, I'm tired. Today was hard.
Day three, I'm tired.
Oh, we met somebody, but it was hard.
But today was also hard. Today was like hard, but I felt fine for the most part.
Yeah.
So today felt good for me overall.
Well, I'm glad that you're getting into the groove.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just today was easier or it was like my body's finally adapting after basically doing nothing for a whole year and then coming back straight onto the John Muir Trail.
Yeah, man, for me, it's just like the end always feels like it takes forever. And I feel like that doesn't go away. No matter how used to you
something you are.
How used you get.
Okay,
how do you say how used you get to walking 10 plus miles a day? Screw it, I'm going with that. You still, I feel like that doesn't go away. So, everything before 4 miles, I'm usually pretty stoked. And, I'm running around taking photos because I'm still doing that. Yeah, the
first 8 miles always feel easy. Or they always feel like they go by in a relatively decent amount of time. And the last 4, they're always like...
And that's the thing. It's not always necessarily just easy, but it's just like you're in a groove. You're like, okay, I'm cranking this out. Like you have that goal. Like I'm going to get to the pass, the top of the pass. But then getting to the campground seems worse than ever getting to the top of that pass, no matter how...
Yeah, even though it's downhill.
Yeah, and I think also it's because usually, you've been walking all day, but also you're like, you don't have any more snacks. The only next time you're going to eat is when you get settled down and you
don't
cook.
Have any more snacks?
You
mean I don't have any more snacks?
Allison's eating the last fourth over Snickers. But anyways, I digress.
Yeah. Tomorrow should be actually like comparatively a chill day for us. So we have only 11 miles and I think it's like 2,000 or 2,200 feet of gain to tomorrow, which compared to the other days is pretty easy. So
yeah. And I've been having a little bit of a hard time sleeping all the way through the night, so I'm gonna pop a Benadryl.
I thought you already did.
I haven't.
What? You should take that now.
I know.
I have not had any trouble sleeping. I pretty much just like laid in bed and died at 8:30 p.m. almost every single night.
I remember having the same issues last time, and it's weird because it's not like I sit in bed twiddling my thumbs because my body is exhausted. I just don't fall into a deep sleep. I feel like I'm half awake, half asleep, if that makes any sense. So It's just like this weird... It's not like when you're, whatever, in your own bed and you like, when you're asleep and when you're awake. So at least it's not like that, because that would be, I feel like, more exhausting than anything, sitting there all night. So anyways, I just hope the Benadryl helps me not lose or catch up on some energy.
And to find out if Michael sleeps or not, tune in tomorrow for our next podcast. Anyways, we'll close this one out. And thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, I wanted to thank you real quick for tuning into the show and listening all the way to the end. If you love this episode and you want deeper support in becoming a safe, confident, and self-sufficient hiker and backpacker, then head over to shedreamsofalpine.com/waitlist to learn more about our Backpacking Badass coaching program, where I teach you absolutely everything you need to know to be self-reliant on the trails and stop waiting around on others for the adventure invite. So I'd love to help you more in your journey of stepping into your adventurous identity, and that program is the absolute best place for us to start working together. So again, that's shedreamsofalpine.com/waitlist. and you can learn all about it there. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you get to spend some time outside this week, and I'll be back very soon with a brand new episode. Bye.